What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Nikki, and I'm back. And today I just came on to say I have a question, honestly. And it's if you're not a part of the change, then you're a part of the problem. And that's because, like I said, I have told you guys about things that I've had experienced, especially within the last week, but overall in my lifetime. And I had to sit and think like, if I treat people how they treat me, then all that does is create a bigger problem. So, and vice versa, I would rather talk to people about the mistreatment and try to come to a resolve so that it doesn't continue to happen. Now, some people will have that conversation with you and still turn around and try to treat you the same way, but that'll be your decision to continue to talk to that person or, continue to, have a relationship with that person. That'll be you. But if you try to have a conversation with somebody that is not a receptive of your feelings, then that's somebody who's not for you. They really don't care about you at the end of the day. They just want to see that you just a benefit when they may need something or whatever the situation is. But that's why I say I go back to the question: if you're not a part of the change, then you're a part of the problem. And I refuse to be a part of the problem. I want to be a part of the change. I want to show people that there are ways of actually communicating healthily in healthy ways versus just lashing out at people. Like my voice, people sometimes get my voice misconstrued with anger or something like that, and I have to let people know if I get loud or something like that, it's not necessarily anger. It's just that I'm passionate about what I'm saying. It's not anger. It's not anger. Because at this point in my life, I'm not angry with anyone. The name of my video, my channel is Nikki versus Nikki. It's at Dear Diary because I'm gonna tell you some things about my life. But Nikki versus Nikki is me versus me. And that's why I put that as the name, because it's not me versus the word, because I had it versus the word and I had to think about it. No, I'm not competing with anybody in the world. I'm competing with myself because we all grow up in a family or an environment, and sometimes you become a product of your environment. Whatever your environment is, that's how you act. I don't want to do that because the environment that I was brought up in is not the environment that I really want to be. I grew up drinking, smoking, promiscuous, watching things, Pornhub, and the sites and all that stuff. Honestly, I can't tell you when the last time I watched anything like that. I can't tell you when the last time. Well, I had a one drink. It was the little Twisted Teas thing, and even with that, I was done with just one. Like I don't need it. Last time I smoked, I go back and forth, but it's been a while. It's nothing that I just desire to do every day. So I just want to be a better person. I want to be different from the environment that I grew up in, because I feel like if I stayed in that environment, if I stayed in that mind frame, I wouldn't go where I really want to be. At this moment, I don't have a job. At this moment, it's coming, but I don't have one at this moment. And I let the job that I had go because it wasn't for me. It was somebody thought, hey, if you need a job, you can do that. I don't want to settle for anything. And first of all, I'm not gonna settle for mistreatment and making $500 every for every 30th and 15th or whatever like that. Who does that? Not me. No. God has something so much better for me. And I know this. I know this. I have always felt this, even at any job that I work. I probably got terminated probably twice in my life. But the thing about it is I have always been a hard worker. And termination simply came because people like to, try to make you feel like if you don't do what they say, you'll be nothing. Jobs will make you feel like that. Oh, baby, you don't know me. Cause the same way I got you, I can go get another one. Like they will make you feel like you won't have nothing. I had a friend, I had a best friend. And we was cool and everything. But then she had to leave. She had to move out of state. And somebody came up to me and me and her met at the job that I worked at, a retail job that I worked at. And somebody came up to me and said, "Well, Nikki, your friend from the leave, what you gonna do?" And I was like, "What am I do? Shit, live." Like to me, it was like I didn't care that. I mean, that was my friend. I did love her, but at the same time, I don't never let someone in my life or out of my life dictate what I'm gonna do with my life. Like I'ma still live, baby. Like my mom left me. Like she was taken. You know what I'm saying? My God, she's an angel. She's my guardian angel now. So if I can lose my mom, then anybody else, you know, hey, I just have to deal with it. And that's exactly how I feel now. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't force people to want to be in your life or to be around you and stuff like that. So when people want to be in my life, if I love them and receive them and there's no bad blood, then I'm receptive of any time you come. And I'll be happy whenever you leave. I'm happy for you, not happy that you left, but I'm happy for you because you're making decisions with your life. But I will never feel like I will not be nothing because of somebody in my life or not in my life. No. I'm going to continue to be who I am, hands down. And I give that all to God. I give it to God because He's my ultimate provider. He's my everything. He's my people think today, hey, I did this for you. No, baby, you was doing God's work. God used you to do that for me because I'm a child of God. So if I can't do it, He gonna make a way that I can get it done. And God used you. Thank you for what you did. But I don't know what else I could do. If you want me to pay you, I can pay you. I don't mind. But if you don't want me to pay you, then you did it out the kindness of your heart. Then you did it out the kindness of your heart. So what else do you expect for me to do? If that's what you want to say. See, people do things for you and then be like, I did that for you, even when you offered to pay them or something like that. They just want to be able to say that they did that for you. And it's fine. It's fine with me. Thank you for doing that for me. But I will never belittle myself or never feel less than because you're no longer in my life if you choose not to do anything else for me. I I can't even say I miss you if you're gone. That's just me. Because when you do things for people, you should do it out of the kindness of your heart. And you shouldn't base a relationship that you have with people off the things that they do for you or that you do for them. Like it doesn't make sense to be like that. But because we've been um I won't say designed, but we've been put in these places where in these environments that's the type of things that they live off of. That's the type of things that people are around you do. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why. But just because you did that to me, that don't mean I want to be that same person. Because I'm not. And I don't want to be that person. If I help somebody, I help them out of the kindness of my heart. And it's never even if they switch up or whatever, whatever. I did this for you, I did that for you. No, okay. It's a okay to me because you'll need me before I need you. So, and you'll have to find a way to, you know, come back. I apologize or whatever, whatever. They ain't even gonna apologize sometimes, but you have to bring it up. You have to let them know. You got to set boundaries, and that was, my point in one of the videos of setting boundaries. But of course, you're gonna get some backlash when you start to set those boundaries, but it's fine. It's fine. But those who respect you and want to be in your life will appreciate your boundaries. People who don't respect you will not. And that's fine. Either way. Either way. But like I said, if you're not a part of the problem, if you're not a part of the change, you're a part of the problem. And you don't necessarily have to be in some kind of aggressive type of thing or anything like that. You don't have to do that. You don't. It's all it takes is a conversation. And if people can't respect you with just a basic conversation, then they don't respect you at all. They never did, and you know what to do after that. So, um, that was my word for today. Thank you guys once again for listening, viewing my videos. I really wish somebody would give more feedback on my video. I see I did get one comment. I thank that person. Thank you for the comment. But I really wish, more people would come in, because I want the feedback. I want to really know if people are really understanding, what I'm saying. And feedback, could better me, could let me know what I could do differently to let you guys, to understand where you're coming from and to better my channel so that, people can tune in and understand exactly what it is that I'm doing. So I thank you guys once again, and like, comment, subscribe, you know. I'm waiting on you. I'm going to keep dropping these videos. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep going regardless. I see you viewing them, but if you're not liking, you're not coming, it's fine. It's fine. I'm going to keep being me because I'm doing this because God told me to. I've always had, like I said, I've always had a drive for the youth. Like, I've always been drawn to the youth, especially people who don't have their mothers or who have their mother, but situations can be tough. I've always been drawn to that. I just want to be a shoulder to lean on, a listening ear, and try to get the best advice that I can because I've been there and I've been in those situations, and I just want to help who I can, not just financially, but by giving advice from personal experience. So, you guys, thank you once again. That's my word for today, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.